Hi, good morning. In the today's class, you're learning about XML schema. The last class, you learned about the DTD, document type definition. The today's class, you're learning about XML schema. For validating your XML file purpose, if you want to validate your XML, we are having DTD, document type definition, and XML schema. Now, we are learning about XML schema. XML schema is a language. Actually, under the XML, in the last class you learn we are having the n number of technologies will be there. Under that DTD, we are learning XML schema definition, then XSLT, extensible style sheet transform language. These three technologies we learning under your syllabus. According to your syllabus, 14 technologies will be there under the XML. Now coming to the XML schema is a language which is used for expressing the constraints about XML document. Constraints means it is the rules and regulations. There are so many schema languages which are used nowadays. For example, Relax, NG and XSD. In your syllabus, we are using as XSD. XSD means XML schema definition. XML schema definition. This XML schema definition purely it is designed with the object-oriented scenarios. An XML schema is used to define the structure of XML document. The main usage of this XML schema for defining the structure of your XML document. It is like a DTD but provides the more control of XML structure. In DTD, we are having the syntax rule will be there, the lengthy syntax rules will be there. Coming to in the under the XML schema, less will be there. Comparing to DTD, XML schema is easier one. Now under the XML schema, we are having the predefined data types will be there. Under the XML schema, we are having the predefined data types will be there. There are the two types of the data types under the XML schema. Simple type and complex type will be there. Simple type and a complex type will be there. What is simple type? Simple type allows you have the text based element. Simple type, if you want to represent simple type, we should allow only for the text based element. It contains the less attributes and child elements and cannot be left empty. It contains only for less attributes and list of child elements. We cannot be left empty. Coming to the complex type means under the complex type, when you are using the nested simple types, we can call as a complex type. Complex types allows you to hold the multiple attributes and the multiple elements. It can contain the additional sub elements. It can be left empty. It can be left empty. If you want to see what are the predefined data types under the XML schema means, see here, we are actually data types. It is categorized as two types. Data types it is categorized as two types. Now I want to increase the font size. Font size I am giving as 24. This is the data type, XML schema data data types. Under the data types, it is categorized as two types. It is categorized two types. Primitive data types, primitive data types, primitive data types. Then we are having the fundamentals data types. Primitive data types, and we are primitive or fundamental we can call, and the derived data types also will be there. Derived data types means it is categorized two types. It is categorized two types. See here, I am typing your primitive data types. It is categorized as two types. Primitive data types are fundamental data types and derived data types. Under the XML schema, These are XML schema, XSD or XML schema. XML schema definition data types. Now under the primitive data types, if you want to write under the primitive data types, what are the data types will be there means string data type will be there. String will be there, then boolean, then boolean, then decimal, then float. Around 42 data types will be there under XML schema definition. Float, then we are having double, date time, we are having the date time, then next we are having time, date. So many data types will be there. G year month, G month date, G date, G month. So many will be there. Just these are the basics we required for writing the program. Just I'm taking only for the basics. Next, coming to under the derived data types. Derived data types we are having as a token, then language is a data type, then ID, ID reference, ID ref, N tokens, M tokens, then we are having name data type, entities, then integer, then long, int. So many data types will be there. Around 42 data types will be there. Short also will be there. Short, byte. These are the derived data types. So many data types will be there under your XSD. Under XSD data types, these are the primitive data types: string, boolean, decimal, float, double, date time, date. Derived data types: tokens, language, ID reference, names, integer, long, int, short, byte. So many predefined data types will be there. Under XML schema, we can define predefined data types and user defined elements also. User defined data types also. Next, if you are going for difference between DTD and XML schema definition, DTD stands for document type definition. DTD stands for, it is a very important for your theory exam, maybe the 2 marks or 5 marks. Difference between DTD and XML schema definition. DTD stands for document type definition. XSD stands for XML schema definition. DTD is derived from SGML. DTD it is derived from SGML, Standard Generalized Markup Language. XSD are written in XML. DTD doesn't support data types. XSD supports data types. Just now you learned about the data types under XSD. XSD supports the data types for the elements and the attributes. DTD does not support for namespace. XSD support for the namespace. Next we can learn namespace means it can consist collection of elements, and attributes. Namespace means the namespace it can consist collection of attributes and it can consist collection of elements and attributes. Namespace is similar to the package according to the object oriented. Package means it can consist collection of classes and interfaces. According to the XSD, namespace means it can consist collection of elements and predefined attributes. DTD doesn't define order of child element. XSD define the order of child elements. DTD will not define order of child elements. It will define the order of child elements. DTD is not extensible. XSD is extensible. Suppose if you want to extend from one XSD file to another XSD, means it is similar to inheritance. DTD is not simple to learn. XSD is simple to learn because you do not need to learn the new language. DTD provides less control on XML structure. XSD provides more control on XML structure. These are the major difference between under DTD and XML schema. The major difference is DTD, under the DTD namespaces will be not there. XML schema namespaces will be there. Now current in the latest when they are updated under the DTD also namespaces will be there. Under DTD it doesn't support the data types. Under DTD also we are having different data types will be there. Only the 9 data types will be there. Coming to XSD we are having 42 data types will be there. Next we are going for what is namespace. 2 marks, very important. Namespace is used to avoid the elements names. Conflict in XML document means if for conflict purpose for eliminating purpose they implemented the namespace. XML namespace can be declared, and XML namespace is declared using the result XML attribute. This attribute name must be started with XML-NS. XML-NS means XML namespace. Suppose if you want to write the namespace if you want to write the namespace element the element name may be any name, XML namespace, then prefix. Then according to the syntax, see here, XML element, XML namespace, prefix, name or prefix. Then we are having name. Under the name you are giving as URI, Uniform Resource Locator. If you want to define the namespace, for defining the namespace is the syntax element XML namespace colon prefix. Then name is the attribute, then we are giving as a URI, Uniform Resource URI or URL, Uniform Resource Locator. Here namespace start with the keyword XML namespace. The word name is a namespace. The namespace is a prefix. URL is a namespace is a identifier. Uniform Resource Locator or Uniform Resource Identifier. Now if you are taking the example, now I want to write the simple one XML program. See here I am writing the XML program for states. Now closing the states. Under the state, under India we are having around 29 states will be there. Now I am writing the For your understanding purpose, I am writing the state. Now, a state, it can consist state name, state uh, state name and population will be there, name will be there. A state, it can consist state name, population, then now I am taking as a name state name. I am taking your understanding purpose state name Telangana, closing name. Then I am taking the population. Then I am taking the population. Under the Telangana, maybe the 5 crores or maybe the 4 crores population will be there. 4 crores population will be there. Closing the population element. Then the next we are having capital will be there. Capital. For the capital also name will be there. The capital name is Hyderabad. Capital name is Hyderabad, closing name. Then population. In Hyderabad the population may be the 1 crore will be there. Just maybe I don't know the round exact value, just I am considering as a 1 crore. Then closing. Now see, according to your now I am closing the capital. Now I am closing the capital. Now see, this is the program we are written. State is an element. Under the state we are written only for the single state. Now state name we are giving as a Telangana, the state name we are giving as a population around to 5 crores will be there. Coming to the capital, under the subchild will be there. For the state we are having as a subchild, capital is there. For the capital also the element name is element name and population. Under the state element, name element, sub element is name and population is the element. Here we are having as 2 elements. Coming to the capital subchild elements, again the subchild elements also similar will be there. For eliminating the ambiguity or for eliminating the conflict purpose, we are going for the namespace. How you want to write the namespace means, see here under the state, now we are using the XML namespace. Under the state, XML namespace, http://www.org.states. We can give the any, it is not a rule. Then XML namespace, then I am giving as a capital, prefix I am giving as a capital. http www.org.state capital we are giving as a prefix. Now if you are taking has under this namespace org.state means the state's information will be the name and population will be there. Coming to the capital, now I am writing here before the element name I am writing as a cap, means the prefix what are the prefix we are given? cap. We are given as a prefix as a cap. Suppose the prefix if we are giving as something CP, now I am giving as CP before the element name CP, means now we are eliminating the ambiguity, now we are eliminating the conflict for your element. That is the purpose we are using the namespaces. Same example will be there under here also. See here, you took the states, under the state root element is started here, closing here. Under the state, the root element is started here, the closing here. Now state, then closing the state. Actually, here the state should be there, not states. Then state is opening here, state is closing here. The name, then capital, closing capital. We can write up to n number of states contained. For eliminating the ambiguity or for avoiding the element names conflict in the XML document purpose, we are going for the namespace. Namespace means it can consist collection of elements and attributes. Now if you are going for example for XML schema, first we should understand about elements. Elements, it is categorized as two types: simple elements and complex elements. Simple elements is an XML element that can be contained only the text. It cannot contain any other elements or attribute. It cannot contain any elements or attribute. It contain only for text. Only text is restriction is a quite misleading. The text can be many different types. It can be one of the type including the XML schema, boolean, string, date will come under the simple type. If you want to write the syntax for the simple type element, we are having the syntax: XS is a prefix for your XSD element. Now if you want to write the syntax, for your simple type, it is a case sensitive. Then XSD is a prefix. Now if you want to define the element, for defining the element is a syntax: XS or XSD, then element, then name. The name I am giving as a student name. Then type is the attribute will be there. What is the type you want to give for the student name? For the type attribute is string data type. We can define the elements under the XML schema in this way: element, name, so many attributes will be there. Just we are focusing only for two attributes. Name means it is identifying about the element name, student name. Then the type means it is specifying the type, which data type it is specifying according to syntax. Next we are going for complex type elements. Define the complex type. The complex type elements is the XML elements that contain other elements. Complex type elements, it can consist group of simple type elements. We can call as a complex type elements. For the complex type elements, we are having the attributes ID, name and data type. It is similar to your simple type. If you are going for example for your complex type, for the complex type or simple type, if you want to write any XML program, now see here I am opening the notepad. Under the notepad, first we should define schema definition. If you want to write, we are having the steps will be there. Schema defining. First we should define the schema. If you want to define the schema, we are having the root element will be there. We are having the root element is schema. First we should write the XML version 1.0. XML version 1.0. We can write encoding type your wish. Then if you want to define the schema, first we are having the root element, schema element is there. Means under the namespace, under the XML namespace of the schema, predefined elements and attributes and predefined data types will be there. Now I am writing as a schema. schema is a element. Schema is a element. XML namespace. For this XML namespace, I am giving as a prefix is XSD. Now, this under this XML namespace, we are having the predefined elements, attributes, and data type will be there. HTTP www.w3c.org/2001 XML schema. XML schema. It is a namespace. It is a namespace. Now we are defining the namespace. This is a namespace of the predefined namespace. Even for HTML program also we are having the namespace. Now we are defining the schema namespace. For schema namespace, it is a default. It is under W3C 2001 XML schema. Under this namespace, predefined elements will be there. This schema element is available under this namespace. That is the purpose. Before the schema name, we are giving as a prefix. Now, the first scenario for defining the schema, first we should define the namespace, the root element of the schema. Then next we should define target namespace. Why we are going for the target namespace is a attribute under the schema element. Target namespace is a attribute. It is available under the schema element. For the target namespace means we are defining http www. I'm giving as a student information student.info. I'm giving as a student.info. Now target namespace means we are defining the namespace. With the help of this target namespace, now we are defining the elements, our own elements. Now I am writing as a XML namespace http students.info. First, under the namespace, under the root element of schema, we are having the attribute target namespace. Next, we are having the namespace. Then we are having one more attribute, element form default. Element form default means the elements. What are the elements we are defining? That element should be available under your target namespace. We are writing as a qualified. We are writing as a qualified. Now schema is opening. Now it is not closing. The element is started here. Yes, under the schema only we are defining the 4 attributes. Now we are defining the element. Element is available. This element is available under this namespace. That is the purpose we are using prefix before the element name. Then element, name of the element is student. Now we are taking as a complex type. Why we are taking as a complex type means it can consist list of child elements will be there. Complex type is an element is available under your namespace www.w3c.org/2001 XML schema. Then complex type. Then we are using sequence. We are not using randomly. We are going first step by step. That is the purpose we are taking XSD sequence. Then under this, now we are defining the elements. Element name equals to student name. Element name equals to student name. Type equals to XSD string. Type equals to XSD string. Closing your first element. We are writing the number of simple elements, means we should consider as a complex type. Means if for writing purpose we are taking as a sequence element. Then I am writing the one more XSD. I am defining the one more element, name equals to email. Name equals to email. Type equals to XSD string. XSD string. Then I took only for 2 elements. You can take n number of elements. Then properly we should close the element XSD sequence. XSD sequence. Then close your XSD complex type. Then close your complex type. Close your complex type. Then close your element, XSD element. And this element, for student element, it can consist list of child elements. Then your understanding purpose, I want to take the one more address. XSD element name equal to address. Type equals to XSD string. XSD string. Closing your element. Then closing your schema element, root element, XSD schema. XSD schema. Now we written the simple program of schema program. This is only for 2 lines. We can write the lengthy lines. Then we should save the file with the help of .xsd. Control S. Now we are saving under 20 January. Then we are saving the file. I'm writing as a test.xsd. Now we are writing the syntax. For validating your XML file, we should write the XML file separate. Now I'm opening the window. Open the window. Then I'm writing XML file, XML version 1.0. Then what is the element will be there? Root stud. Where we are defining the element is stud. No, where is there? The element name is stud. Under the stud, this is we are defining the schema instance. It is similar to we are creating the object XML schema instance. Now we are defining the schema instance. We are defining the element, your own element. Your own element, it is acting as under your XML file is student. Then we are having the XML namespace http colon what is there here, stud.info students.info. Here www.student.info, that only the namespace we are writing here. Then next we are writing XML namespace instance, schema instance namespace will be there. HTTP www.w3c.org.org/2001/XML schema. XML schema instance. XML schema instance. Now this is a namespace. This is a namespace. Under this namespace, attribute will be there. Schema location attribute is there. That is the purpose we are defining. Means for giving the path of your XSD. Schema location. Schema location. For schema location, HTTP www.students.info. www.student.info. For schema location, what are the namespace will be there? That namespace, then what are the attribute, what are the path we are given? Studtest.xsd. studtest.xsd. Under the schema location, what are the namespace we are defined? Then what are the XSD file? Then what are the element name? For the element name is studio name. Element name is student name. Student name is Ravi. Closing student name. Closing student name. Then address. ADDS. Address Hyderabad. Closing Hyderabad. Closing Hyderabad. Then we are having email will be there. Ravi at the rate gmail.com. gmail.com. Then closing your student. This is a simple program we are written for your simple program we are written. This is a 2-line source code, just only written. It is not comparing to the DTD. It is a very simple, just only for the schema declaration will be there. Schema declaration or schema defining will be there. Schema instance will be there. We are creating the object for your schema. Student. Then we are saving the file test schema xsd.xml. test schema.ssd.xml. Now if you are running the program, now we are going to under CSS 20 under 20 test here. Document type definition, when you are saving the file .xsd. Student test.xsd is xsd file only, the text format. Here XML. This is a test. Now we are running. Open with Internet Explorer. Somewhere mistakes will be there. That is the purpose we are not getting. We will check the errors. XSD schema properly closed. Then it is closed. Qualified element form default. Element form default qualified. Then root element is closed. Schema. Then element complex type. Here complex type, sequence, element name, type, XSD, type, sequence. If you are having the errors means it will not run. Student XML namespace stud.info, stud.info only, stud.info, students.info, student XML schema instance, XSI schema location, student test.xsd, student name, address, I given the address here, ADDRESS, address, mail, student, student name, student, control S, it will get the output. Means we can run with help of Chrome. Once we can check with the help of open with, choose other, more apps, check with Firefox. XML schema instance, XML schema instance, not now, version, XML version, XML space C. XML parser regex declaration is not a start of the empty location. Encoding UTF-8, one thing I got it. Where is that? Dot XSD. Control C. To test dot XSD. Control C, Control V, Control S. Parser error, XML or text declaration not a part of the empty, not the part of empty. I given here forward slash. File what we are given it is correct only, why it's showing error? Yes, John. This page cannot following the error. The error line number 2, XML declaration allowed only the starting of the document. Below rendering the page. Sample test dot XML. the output, the root element we are given the wrong. See here, this is as it is reading. Actually we should not give that XML root element there. This is the output, the file it is reading as it is. Means your understanding purpose, if you are giving what will happen once, again we can check it. XML, some of the browsers will support, some browsers will not support. Maybe in morning I worked with old version of the browser, it is worked. If you are running, see here, means we did the mistake in that root element in the at the time of we are defining the element. If you at the time of we are defining the element under XSD, we are defined here XML root element. Now see here, is working. Means this is the output for validating your XML file. For your validating for your XML file purpose, somewhere the mistake will be, simple error will be there. This is the output for your XML schema. Thank you. In the next class we will learn one more example for your schema. Then next we can go for DOM parsers.